Hello everybody and welcome to another video. The farmers march into London. Yes, the farmers all marched into London today. They came from all over the country to protest against the government's inheritance tax. And it was a sight to behold to see the farmers flexing their muscles and marching onto Parliament. And I don't think it's going to make much difference, because Starmer has said that he won't take any notice of this. He won't stop the inheritance tax for the farmers, just like he won't stop the winter fuel payments being taken away from the old age pensioners. I can't see the farmers going on strike. The government says they're prepared for it, but I can't see them going on strike. And of course, Jeremy Clarkson was there, and he was put a question to him by the left-wing broadcasting corporation, the BBC. What a stupid question to ask him about why he bought a farm and would he be prepared to pay inheritance tax. And of course the stupid BBC, and asking their stupid questions. I don't know why they bother broadcasting for, because they're just a bunch of lefties. And talking of lefties, we had Matthew Wright, who used to be a serious journalist at one time, but since he's been on LBC, he's gone left. He's become a lefty. We had him at the weekend blaming the farmers for voting to leave the EU. Well, that's tells you everything you want to know about Matthew Wright, and of course, no doubt, James O'Brien, Lunatic O'Brien, will have his say, as probably had his say today, shouting his mouth off. And I suppose, going back to the BBC, I suppose the left-wing journalists were there hanging around, thought that there might be trouble like there was in the summer, but never materialised. And I'm surprised that Starmer allowed the farmers to protest. I'm very surprised of him allowing it. I thought he'd probably try and put a stop to it. Put a stop to them protesting. I'm surprised that the Metropolitan Police didn't deploy their riot squad. Their riot officers weren't there ready in case there was trouble. No doubt that Starmer will probably call them, the farmers, far right. If he doesn't, some lefty Labour MP will, and some left-wing journalists will as well. But I'm very surprised Starmer allowed it to happen the way he's behaving at the moment. Trying to stop free speech, and the next thing you'll be trying to stop is protesting. What we'll have next is two-tier protesting. The left, the loony left, they'll be allowed to protest, but if you're deemed to be far right, you'll not be allowed to protest. But he was interviewed about this, and you could see in his smug look that he's got no intention of stopping this inheritance tax for farmers. He's got no intention of stopping it. I think I know the reason why he wants to, well, he wants to put the farmers out of business. He wants to put them out of business. He wants to shut the farms down. And I think I know the reason why he wants to do that, because he wants the land so as he can build homes for migrants. Yes, that's what he wants. He wants all the farms in the country to close so as he can the government can own the land and build homes for migrants. That's what his game is. That's what he really wants. He wants to stop farming altogether, like Maggie did when she closed the mines in the 80s when we had the miners' strike. But this is what he wants to do. I mean, the government are running out of hotels to put the migrants in, so the next thing they're going to do is this is their way of making the farmers who've owned farms for years, to forcing them to close and shut their farms down, so as the government can take the land and build houses on the former farmers' land and build homes for migrants. That's what Starmer really wants. He wants to see homes built for migrants on all land, farmland. That's what he wants to do. That's what his game is. I can tell him, Starmer, I'm no fool. I know what you're doing. I know what you're up to. I know what dirty tricks you're up to, what you're trying to do. I've got you twigged. I know what you're going to do. That's what I think is going to happen. So don't be surprised that if some of the farms are forced to close, the next thing you'll see is the farms, empty farmland and homes being built. And you know who those homes will be for, don't you? Yes, the migrants. Homes for migrants, that's what it'll be. They'll be springing up all over the countryside. Well, they got to live somewhere, haven't they? They can't live in hotels forever. So they've got to live somewhere. But Starmer is playing a dangerous game. He wants to be careful because he forgets that the farmers can vote. And I wouldn't be surprised if, come the next election, that the farmers don't vote for Labour. It'll be the same for the old age pensioners who voted for the Conservatives all their lives and they voted for Labour. They won't be voting for them again. So Starmer has got to be careful what he does. But like I've said, don't be surprised if once all the farms have gone, we'll have to. The question is, where do we get our food? Well, it'll come from abroad, cheap imports, and the farms that have been closed. The next thing, like I've said, you'll see is new homes being built, and they won't be for our own people. They'll be for migrants. Homes for migrants. That's what they'll be appearing next. Well, anyway, that's the end of this video. Mr. Politics here signing off. And remember, don't believe the lies.